Is Jesus an alien from another planet? The Coming Deception, Part 2 and 3 of 3. July 19th, 2021. Words from Jesus through Sister Claire. Spoken by Pascal. Jesus began. Everyone will be hailing these extraterrestrials for their advanced intellect and helpfulness. There will be heated arguments, even among believers, that they are Christ-like and holy. How will you tell them apart from me? When they talk about loving one another, forgiving, walking in peace and freedom. When they talk about higher consciousness and spiritual dimensions. When they display healing powers and supernatural signs and wonders. And when they talk about a 1,000-year reign of peace. When they talk about a Christ consciousness and display great dignity. How will you know if they are truly Christians, if they are saved, or if they know me? If they tell you that I came from their planet to prepare the earth for a great awakening, how will you know if that is true? What if they tell you that my brother is Lucifer and has the very same powers? Won't the witnessing of their supernatural wonders convince you that it might be true after all? It is the same old New Age doctrine wrapped in a covering of supernatural events and signs. My people, do not be misled by those who are preaching light, love, healing, and equality, but endorsing what you know to be sin. You have all been prepared to accept gay and lesbian marriages, even to the point of thinking that changing your gender, even allowing your children to change their gender in grade school is okay. How perverse must things get before you wake up to the great deception being worked right in front of your very eyes? Many scientists are perplexed as to what exactly the alien agenda is. These men and women do not know the scriptures, so they are left in the dark, wondering if they are indeed evil or good. How could anyone who created a medbed for the sick be a bad person? How could anyone who provided the plans for free energy and simple flying cars for everyone be bad? These are dreams come true for mankind, and that is exactly how Satan has planned it. Most will be so wowed that they will eagerly embrace and even sign anything fed to them, especially if they are promised healing and extended lifetimes. But they are sharing all these wonderful inventions. They could not be bad, or they would have destroyed us by now. These are some of the dilemmas scientists and society are finding themselves in. These things disclosed by Satan are a Trojan horse. These amazing, miraculous scientific findings are a Trojan horse to hook you into believing in a false spirituality that will lead you into darkness and despair. This is a complex question, yet a simple answer is found in Isaiah 14. It is addressed to Satan, or Lucifer, who was considered to be part of the highest order of angels, leading worship to my Father, until he became jealous and fell from grace. How you have fallen from heaven, O day star, son of the dawn. You have been cut down to the ground, O destroyer of nations. You said in your heart, I will ascend to the heavens. I will raise my throne above the stars of God. I will sit on the mount of assembly. In the far reaches of the north, I will ascend above the tops of the clouds. I will make myself like the highest. Isaiah 14, 12-14. His agenda has never changed. he still wants my creatures to worship him instead of the one true and living God. So, he has set up a generation in which he plans to seduce all of mankind, leading future generations to worship him. He cannot kill my creatures and still receive worship. So, his agenda is to fool mankind into believing he is God, and thereby have the whole world worship him. He has set forth technology to seduce and wow you, and draw you into worshipping him, thereby accomplishing his agenda of ascending to the throne of God on the Mount of Assembly. That's the end of part 2, and now to part 3. July 20th, 2021. Words from Jesus through Sister Claire. My people, what is being taught by good people, supposedly enlightened and with access to top-secret documents, is the triumph of light over darkness, the end of wars, famine and disease. Love, joy, peace, equality, a new golden age where everyone has what they need, and peace reigns supreme on the earth. They are saying that this revolution will be the 1,000 years of peace spoken of in Revelation. I have warned you that this was coming. In 1 Thessalonians 5, starting at verse 1, it says, "Now as to the times and seasons, brothers, who do not need to be written to, for you are fully aware that the day of the Lord comes as a thief in the night." While people are saying peace and safety, sudden destruction will come upon them, like labor pains on a pregnant woman, and they will not escape. Why will this happen? It will happen because the restrainer will be removed, and suddenly Satan will have free reign over the earth. May I say to you, the 1,000 years of peace are real, but it will not begin until I have cleansed the earth of all her iniquities with fire, and gathered together every demon and fallen angel, confining them, so they can no longer mislead those on earth. I have written this in the scriptures to give you a guidepost to the events you are now approaching. After that has been accomplished, you can look forward to me coming to the earth with my saints and angels, to reign for 1,000 years. But until that is accomplished in its totality, you have not yet passed through the fire. Prepare yourselves, beloved ones. Prepare your hearts for this time, which will come as a thief in the night, and steal all joy from the earth. These things are dictated to the Apostle John, written in the book of Revelation, must come to pass. I have preserved and protected these words for 2 millennia, so that you would know what is going on. Be led by my spirit, and not by the spirit of this world, not by masquerading demons and fallen angels that have the capability of manipulating matter in a most stupendous way. Do not be fooled by these false signs and lying wonders. If you think this message is from Claire, you are mistaken. Go and look up the tenets of the faith of the Church of Satan, and you will find that they perfectly parallel secular humanism, which Satan glossed over with a humanitarian wrapping and called it good, better, and even best as a way of life. Here is a sample of what these ETs are preaching. The beings from the Pleiades created and seeded man on Earth. That is in direct contrast to Genesis, right? Now this is them again. In contrast with the elite-driven greed on Earth, these extraterrestrials were inspired by humanism for the greater good, love, peace, and wisdom for all. They had no shrines or temples, except nature itself. Real faith was not in creeds, but in a social and environmental responsibility. They are only interested in our intent and the path of our heart. They chose the path of quality living and spiritual renewal for all. Sounds good, doesn't it? Yes, it is a great drink of spring water for the dehydrated people, fed up with corruption, violence, and wars. And, after all, they are so accomplished. Surely, if we follow their way of life, we too will have this peace. Do not be fooled. Although on Earth, Satan has convinced people that Christians are bad, even terrorists, and the Bible is a harsh, constricting way of life that denies basic human wants and needs, all the good stuff. And when the educational system has conditioned people for 70 years now, you know me and know better. But you, brothers, are not in the darkness, so that this day should overtake you like a thief. For you are all sons of the light and sons of the day. We do not belong to the night or to the darkness. 1 Thessalonians 5. And this is where Satan is so slippery. They claim to take humanity from darkness to light, because Satan mixes truth and lies together. He takes things from the scriptures and mixes them with his lies. So, in conclusion, dear ones, the enemy is coming with signs and wonders to deceive even the elect, if it were possible. Matthew 24:24. People will be duped into thinking God has come to save them with the truth that has been hidden from us by religious fables and concocted stories. The bottom line is, you will know them by their fruits. If anything is taught or promoted that goes against what I have taught you in the scriptures, you will know as a certainty that they cannot be from me. That is your answer. Stand firm. Stand firm, beloved ones. Stand firm in the truth and warn the world of what is yet to come. Stand for the truth and do not allow others to be sucked into this dark pit of lies. Pray for them.